Sorry. So the Avanti car rental company charges $80 for the hire of a car plus 22 cents per kilometre. How much will it cost to travel 300 kilometres? Determine the cost equation for a distance of X kilometres. Graph the function between 0 and 1,000. And if the final cost was $245, what distance was covered during the hiring period? This is actually not a very difficult question. There's a lot of parts to it, but it's not actually all that difficult. What we're going to do is we're going to express it in the same units. The money has to be in the same units. You don't want to be dealing with dollars and cents. It'll just get you confused. It makes no sense. So what do you want to do? Change the $80 to cents or change the 22 cents to dollars? Your answer is going to be in dollars because it's going to be $80 plus something. So you might as well convert it all to dollars. So the hire is $80 and the cents per kilometre $0.22. Everyone happy with that? Okay. So now we need to find the cost of travelling 300 kilometres. How do we do that? So what do we do? To find cost of travelling 300 kilometres. What do you do? Okay, so 0.22 times 300. Is that it? Doesn't matter how fast they're travelling. We're not talking about kilometres per hour. Plus 80. Why? You pay $80 to hire it. Simple as that. Then you pay 22 cents every kilometre. So you've travelled 300 kilometres. So what do we get? Sorry, what was it? 146 even? Beautiful. Okay. Now, you could have done it in 2 steps, done the 22 cents times the 300, and then added the $80, or you can do it in 1 step. Now what we have to do is work out how much the cost would be. So the cost for travelling X kilometres. We need to work out the cost for travelling X kilometres. What do we do? X kilometres. So we don't know how many. We just want to know the equation. We want to work out how much we're going to have to pay to travel X kilometres. What something should we do by 22? X.
Oh, so you just got to write the equation.
Well, that's what you're doing. So you got 0.22 times X. Same as when we travelled 300 kilometres, we did 0.22 times 300. But now we're travelling X kilometres. Then what do we do? One more thing. Plus 80. You got the plus 80 bit last time on the first half. Okay, we add the 80 because that is the hiring charge. Does that make sense? Yeah. So the 0.22 is how much per kilometre. X is the amount of kilometres. And then we've got 80, which is the hiring charge. That's it. That's done. So that's part B, done. 0.22 times X plus 80. Sorry? Okay. Next thing we have to do is we need to graph it between 0 and 1,000. So how are we going to do that? We've got to graph it between 0 and 1,000 for x between. Start at x equals 0, which is where? There. Okay. So if x equals 0, what's the cost going to equal? One of the two. Which one? Thank you. It's going to equal 80. Why? 80 bucks is what you pay when you walk out of the door hiring the car. You haven't travelled at all. Okay. So now how are you going to work out these next ones? You have a formula. You can sub in what you know into this formula. Okay. So you're doing, your x value would be 200. What's your y value? You're going to have to use a calculator. Here's your formula. You're substituting in your x value. Sorry? Yeah, trying to work out. So it would have been 44 plus the 80. So that's 124. So that's your second point. Yep, absolutely. That's your... You go. No, I want you to. No, but you'll be right. Don't want it.
She just substituted into that formula.
So we've said, okay, let x equal 200, because Dylan chose 200. That's the only reason. You could have done 400, 600, 800, or 1,000. In fact, I personally would have done 1,000, because it says to do it between 0 and 1,000. So I would have used 0 and 1,000, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, so you don't have to do it.
How many do you need to make a line? Third one checks it.
Oh, so you need 3. So you do 1,000.
I would have done 0, 1,000, and pick one. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Well, 200.
Yeah, 200's fine. Okay, so he just took that. So we've got our formula. We've written down what we know. You now substitute in. So C dollars equals 0.22 times 200 plus 80. Cool. So all he's done, we've just chosen 200 because it was there, and we've just substituted it in, and that gave us 124. Cool. And then I've just written it as an ordered pair, because now you can plot it. So you can go over 200, and you can go up to 124, which is there. Normally you'd do this much neater and much more accurately, but this will do for now. You get the point. And then, yeah, do you want to do your other one as 1,000? Your third one, just to make sure that you're all good. Okay, so you know your x value is going to be 1,000. We have to work out our y value, so we'll just do the same. Dollar sign C, 0.22 times 1,000 plus 80. Certainly is. Do you put arrows on it?
Or one side.
It can keep going up, but do you put arrows on it? You don't need to in this case, because it's told us to find it between 0 and 1,000. So it's given us an interval. Does that make sense? It has a start and a finish. They've told us where to start and stop. You happy with that second one, Kels? The way we did that? It's one of the good things that once you've got the equation, all of a sudden you're just dealing with a formula again. Pick a number, it substitutes in, it becomes the x, so it becomes what we know, and you just substitute it in, and then solve it the same way you would any other formula. And let's see if my line is even vaguely close. Oh, not too bad. Sorry? Yeah, that's not too bad. Mine was a bit inaccurate, but